You've probably heard about the B-21 Raider, the Pentagon's newest, stealthiest, and most advanced bomber ever. But what if I told you there's a very real possibility that it might be sold to US allies? Today, we're diving into why that could be a strategic breakthrough, or a national security disaster waiting to happen. Stay tuned, because this story is deeper than it seems. Welcome back to Skyward Fighter. In recent years, whispers have grown louder in defense circles. Could the Pentagon actually be considering selling its top-secret B-21 Raider bomber to friendly nations? It's a radical idea, one that treads a dangerous line between global military cooperation and safeguarding American supremacy. Why is this such a controversial possibility? For starters, the B-21 isn't just another bomber. It's a masterpiece of stealth, technology, and artificial intelligence. The closest comparison might be the F-22 Raptor, which was deliberately kept off the export list to protect its cutting-edge capabilities. So, what makes the B-21 different? And why are some even entertaining the idea of selling it? There are a lot of moving parts here, and both sides have valid points. On one hand, introducing allied nations into the B-21 program could help Northrop Grumman, the defense contractor behind the aircraft, scale up production. That means better efficiency, lower costs, and potentially faster delivery to meet growing demands. This could change everything. Imagine a world where the B-21 isn't just America's secret weapon, but part of a coordinated global fleet. That sounds powerful, right? But it comes with a cost, and that's where the real drama begins. Manufacturing more B-21s at scale would give the Pentagon the flexibility to expand its fleet well beyond the current projection of 100 aircraft. And it's not just about cost saving, it's about readiness. Increasing fleet size becomes much more feasible when production is running at maximum capacity. And let's be honest, the US Air Force has been operating at a bomber deficit for years. Combatant commanders continue to request more bombers than are available. That's a dangerous imbalance, especially in a world inching toward great power competition. The more B-21s in the sky, the better the chances of dominating in a high-stakes conflict. But there's another layer to this. Beyond just being a next-gen bomber, the B-21 is designed to be a multi-role command center in the sky. It's not just dropping bombs, it's analyzing data, coordinating with drones, and helping direct the entire battle network. It could change the very nature of aerial warfare. The B-21 isn't just a bomber. It's a brain in the sky. What if your country's next-generation bomber could think, adapt, and command its own fleet of drones? The B-21 Raider is about more than firepower. It's about intelligence dominance in the skies. This aircraft is being built to operate as an airborne command and control node. In a future where wars are fought across land, sea, air, space, and cyberspace simultaneously, that kind of versatility is priceless. It will conduct forward surveillance, identify threats, test enemy air defenses, and strike, all while managing data flows and controlling unmanned assets. And with the rise of AI integration, the B-21 won't just react, it will predict. The aircraft is set to include advanced sensing, rapid data analysis, and autonomous systems that allow it to function with limited human input. This isn't just a stealth bomber, it's an intelligent warfare platform. This opens up the possibility for a global network of B-21s working in sync. Think of it as a distributed brain across a theater of war. With allied countries flying the same platform, B-21s could share real-time data, control UAVs, transmit intelligence, and execute strikes with unmatched precision and coordination. Allied B-21s. A game changer or a Trojan horse? On paper, it looks like a dream, but ask yourself, what happens if this technology falls into the wrong hands? Even allies can become adversaries, and history proves it. The F-35 model and the temptation of global sharing. Let's look at the F-35 Lightning II. Today, it's flown by over a dozen countries. Some call it the fighter jet of the free world. That's thanks to its advanced shared data link, the Multifunction Advanced Data Link, MADL, which allows every Allied F-35 to communicate seamlessly and securely during missions. Now imagine that same principle applied to the B-21. Theoretically, you could have a coalition of B-21s from multiple nations operating as a single united strike force. Bombers flying at high altitude, undetected, sharing target information, controlling drones, and coordinating precision attacks from thousands of miles away. The strategic benefits here are obvious, but so are the risks. The more people you bring into the club, the harder it becomes to keep secrets. Well, secret. The price of unity. Could it be too high? Unity on the battlefield sounds good, until you remember that alliances can shift overnight. Are we building a shared superweapon, or giving away the keys to the kingdom? The case against selling the B-21 Raider. Here's the core of the argument against exporting the B-21. It's just too advanced. The technologies inside this aircraft, from its stealth coatings to its AI systems, are some of the most sensitive in the world. Once shared, they can't be unshared. Even if allied countries are trusted today, there's no telling what the future holds. Look at the shifting alliances of the past century. Nations that were once enemies became allies, and vice versa. The wrong political change, a regime shift, or a breakdown in diplomatic relations could turn a friend into a foe. To hedge against that, the US often sells downgraded export variants of top-tier platforms. But here's the problem. Even a scaled-back version of the B-21 bomber would still be incredibly dangerous if turned against American forces. That's a risk no defense planner can take lightly. Some secrets should never be shared. You can strip the labels and reduce the power, but you can't unteach a nation how to build what you gave them. Once the B-21 is out, there's no going back. At its core, the B-21 Raider is more than just a military asset. It's a symbol of future warfare. Its capabilities are unmatched, and its potential is revolutionary. The debate about whether it should be exported boils down to one question. Can the US afford to take that risk? The answer, for now, seems to be no. Unlike tanks or fighter jets that operate in known paradigms, the B-21 Raider exists in a new dimension of stealth, survivability, and autonomous potential. It is not merely a bomber, it's a platform, a launchpad for next-generation technologies, doctrines, and strategic dominance. Giving even a partial version to allies could mean ceding the playbook of tomorrow's wars into the hands of a world still ruled by today's uncertainties. Exporting the B-21 bomber, even in watered-down form, means exporting the thinking behind it. The algorithms, the materials, the design philosophy that makes it invisible and lethal. It means giving up decades of hard-won advantage to short-term diplomatic leverage. And while alliances shift, technologies endure. The secrets shared today may shape the threats of tomorrow, So while allied nations may clamor for access, the calculus in Washington must be ruthless. Because once the blueprint escapes, it's not just a matter of if it's replicated, it's a matter of when. And when that day comes, the skies may no longer belong to those who flew first, but to those who learned fastest. There are undeniable benefits to expanding the B-21 program to trusted allies. From cost savings and production scale to strategic coordination in future conflicts. But the risks, espionage, shifting alliances, and technological theft, loom just as large. Sometimes, maintaining an edge isn't just about innovation. It's about knowing when to keep your cards close to your chest. So what do you think? Should the US share the B-21 Raider with its allies? Or keep this flying fortress a national secret? Drop your thoughts in the comments, subscribe for more deep dives into modern military tech, and, as always, fly safe, fight smart. Skyward Fighter, signing off.